Hello, YouTubers and backhoe owners. Ed Munson aboard Oasis, the backhoe 41. Today's fun job is replacing a check valve in the Dometic toilet. Isn't that exciting? It is really not that difficult a job. That's the good news. So we'll get into why we need to replace it on Oasis, and then we'll show you how we did it. Okay, we have the Dometic 7220 Orbit potty on the boat, and it has two buttons here. The first fills the bowl full of water, generally to do, shall we say, number two, and then so it allows it to fill the bowl maybe halfway if you're whatever. And then once you've done your business, you obviously hit the flush button, off she goes. Well, here's the issue that we're dealing with today. We're hitting the fill button, and we fill the toilet, say, halfway full because we need to do number two. And this is the issue. It fills the bowl, but then very quickly, all of the water just kind of leaks out. So the benefit that you have of having a bowl half full of water is gone. So what's happened here is that the check valve, which also known as a duckbill valve, has got either debris in it or it's just at end of life. So I ordered two of the duckbill valves because we have two heads on the boat, and there is the part number for my particular one. So this is what she looks like. It's a simple check valve. It allows the wastewater to go out and keeps the wastewater from coming from the tank in. But what's happened with the other one is that over time debris has gotten in here, or it's just worn out, and so therefore it's sitting in the setting opened about that much, and I'll show you once I pull the one out. And that allows the water to leak out that you've put into the bowl to half fill the bowl. So what we'll do is we're going to replace that check valve. This piece comes off. It is caulked on. You can see the caulk here. So you just jimmy a screwdriver underneath there, and you can pull the caulk out and then recaulk it once you're finished. This is the macerator pump. That's what chops all the waste up into fine particles and then sends it down this tube right here into the holding tank. So the check valve is inside this fitting right here. This part of the fitting is attached to the macerator, and then that you can see is a nut, plastic nut, and we're going to take the rubber tubing that goes to the holding tank off with that band clamp there, and then we're going to back this out, and the check valve, the duckbill valve, is inside that. Here's a quick look at the tools that I used. Real basic stuff, right? Some paper towels and an adjustable wrench, flathead screwdriver. This is the socket that will pull the band clamp off. Another screwdriver to kind of jimmy the tube that goes to the holding tank, the rubber hose that goes to the holding tank. So that's all the tools you need. So the first thing we're going to want to do is go through a couple of flushings just to clear all the pipes out so this job isn't as nasty as it has to be. And we'll flush the toilets a couple times to clear the any debris that's in the rubber tube that puts the waste down. Then we're going to make sure we flip off the fresh water pump and the head breakers. Okay, we got to remove this clamp, but you've got to take it all the way off, completely off, because you're going to need to back out the rubber hose that goes to the holding tank to give you room to pull that nut off. So you can see I've backed out the rubber hose, and I've loosened this nut, which was relatively easy to loosen. And you know, there will be some dripping, and so as you back it out, it exposes the duck valve, and there she is right there. So we'll pull it out, replace it with the new one, and then assemble it back the way it came. Here you can see the differences in the one that I pulled out and the one that I'm going to put in. You can see that this has a nice tight fitting, and that has come just loose. It just over wear, and it's got debris in it and that sort of thing. And so that's what's leaking the water as you fill water into the bowl. That's what's slowly leaking the water out before it gets to be used the way you want it to be used. And these are things that just have to be replaced every once in a while. So we'll put this one in to replace the old. You're going to want to give this a good cleaning with a towel so that you have a nice clean surface for the new duct valve to sit in. And don't forget, it's got to go this way, not this way, because that's the direction that the macerator is sending the macerated poop. Okay, the duct valve is now in, and this has been placed in. We need to tighten this back up. One very important word of caution: be careful, these threads could strip real easily because they're PVC. So you want to gently make sure that you've got a nice clean connection here as you back this up to the macerator pump. Okay, we have the hose clamp back on, and we have tightened this nut without stripping it, I hope, the nylon. You can see I have some paper towels underneath here. That's just a check if I have any leaks at all. So I don't want that. Put some water in the tank, flush, looking for leaks. And I see none. So we replace the cover on the macerator and caulk that, and we're done. So there you go. Check duct bill valve replacement on a Dometic toilet. Signing out.